It's Sunday night, October 20th, 2019, and I'm in western Quebec. I want to thank everyone for the outpouring of support that I received after last week's episode. It was very unexpected, and I am extremely grateful. I'm doing great. I hit a home run with this campsite tonight, and it's the first time that I settled into a camp since the accident. The Jeep is good. It's running perfectly. There's no check engine lights. There are a few things that I'm keeping an eye on, though. First, the doors are locking randomly, and I'm happy that I wasn't on the wrong side of that problem when I discovered it. But I promptly disconnected the wiring harnesses for both passenger side doors since they were underwater, and I'm going to leave them that way for a few weeks. After that, they'll probably be good. Also, I think when the Jeep was on its side, some transmission fluid found its way out of the dipstick and onto the engine block, which is creating a disconcerting odor. And speaking of odors, the whole interior of the Jeep smells like sweaty socks. So, there's that. It's Monday morning, 11 a.m. I woke up to an amazing sunrise over the lake, and then I enjoyed a delicious breakfast with bacon, and then I found more moisture in one of my bins, so I ended up doing a little bit more cleaning. My goal for this week is to head toward Algonquin National Park in Ontario, and I'd like to visit the park either by the end of this week or early next week. But this past weekend, I drove north from Mont-Tremblant so I could zigzag down through public land into Ontario. I plan to enter Ontario near the town of Pembroke, and that is 160 kilometers as the crow flies. So, I don't know. Maybe between 200 and 300 kilometers of backcountry roads? That sounds good. Providing I don't end up in a ditch too soon. I found a very remote, secluded grove that provides access to a lake. It feels a bit like a best-kept secret, so it's almost 4 p.m. now. I'm going to enjoy this spot and spend the night, I think. I didn't expect to be taking the kayak out today, but it seems like the perfect place for it. Not to mention the weather. It's probably in the mid-50s Fahrenheit, and I think it's supposed to be rainy for the rest of the week, so I need to take advantage of it now. Although I love where I'm camping tonight and I enjoyed the road to get there, I did not cover as much ground as I expected today. Furthermore, the road that I was on to get here degraded pretty suddenly, and my gut is telling me that it's going to terminate at a dead end. So if that's the case, tomorrow I'm going to have to backtrack 50 kilometers or more, and that's okay because it's only Monday, but that challenges the goal that I set for myself to get into Ontario. So tomorrow I'm going to break camp early, head out, and try to find a good route south. Tuesday morning, 8 a.m., and I'm determined to cover some ground today, make up for some lost time yesterday. And it is a rainy day. I hope it subsides because I'm already trying to dry out the Jeep, and it also makes it a little bit more challenging to do camera work. The ruins of an old logging encampment, if I had to take a guess. The calendar on the wall was from 2002. I came to a junction, and according to Backroad Mapbooks Canada, it's a major artery, although looking at the road, it doesn't look very major at all. If I go left, I have about 25 kilometers to the next junction. If I go right, which looks more well-traveled, it's maybe 40 kilometers. So I don't know. This is a coin toss. Plenty of time, plenty of gas. I think I'm gonna go the longer way. I'm gonna go right. After the junction, there was about 25 kilometers of really beautiful four-wheel drive track. It wasn't very technical, although there were a couple of ascents and descents that were kind of rocky. And then at a lake, the trail opened up into a proper major artery. Confidence is much higher that this is going to go where I want it to go. You encounter some interesting things in the backcountry, and it doesn't matter where, just wherever there's backcountry. Plastic Santa with a bra looped around its head. I wonder if someone decorated early or if that's just a year-round Santa. Another 43 kilometers down, and I'm at my next major junction. And it seems to be a well-traveled dirt road. So it's 2:30 p.m. This rain is super lame. So I'm gonna keep driving for a little bit more, but now I'm gonna keep my eyes open for a place to spend the night. I'm ready. It's 4:30 p.m. and I'm at a designated lakeside campsite, and it's perfect. The awning really saved the day. I was able to deploy it over the picnic table and enjoy being outside a little bit despite the rain. But what really sealed the deal is the pit toilet over there at the other side of the campground. That was opportune. A mouse found its way into the Jeep last night. I heard scratching, I popped the hood, and there it was on the engine cover. I tried to chase it away, but it scurried into the firewall, so I have no idea if it's gone or if it's nesting. It's frustrating. I'm trying to rehabilitate after last week, and the last thing that I want is a mouse in the system. Main gas tank is depleted, so I'm transferring from auxiliary. I think that's the first time I've ever had to use the auxiliary gas tank in exploring the backcountry scenario where I'm just kind of wandering. I use it all the time on the highway, but just out of convenience, never out of necessity. This has turned into an unexpectedly epic adventure. On the other side of the bridge, next to the waterfall, there's a hiking trail. I'm gonna make myself a sandwich and go check it out. Weather's taking a turn, so I'm gonna stow the camera. I'm down at the bottom of the falls. The trail keeps going, but I'm not sure how far. It's 2:30 p.m. The weather's on and off, so I'm gonna head back to the Jeep. I think I have a long way to drive still until I get back to pavement. Plus, I'm getting hungry, and I don't know where I'm gonna spend the night. It's Wednesday night, and I'm camped in forest land to the west of Pembroke, Ontario. And it's an unremarkable campsite, just a clearing at the end of a forest road spur, but all I want to do is get some shut-eye. I spent Sunday night through Wednesday night in the backcountry of Quebec, and I'm looking at Gaia GPS. My route was approximately 175 miles long, and it was awesome. It was extremely varied and extremely beautiful. I didn't have to backtrack once, and I had a great time. But for now, I'm gonna call it a night and try to get some rest. And I'm keeping my fingers crossed that that mouse is gone. It's an overcast Thursday afternoon. This morning I enjoyed coffee in Pembroke, Ontario, where I also got some work done on my computer. Now I'm heading east toward the town of Almonte, where I hope to grab a bite to eat and find a good place to settle in for the end of the week. That pizza was amazing. That was Joe's Italian Kitchen in Almonte, Ontario, and it was exactly what the doctor ordered after spending all week in the backcountry. Another profound thank you to everyone for your kindness, your encouragement, and your heartfelt support after last week's episode and the Jeep, the ditch, and that whole incident. When I returned to cell service, I received many more messages, and it reminded me that I'm not alone on this journey, so I could not be more appreciative. So it was an awesome week. We had a little bit of sunshine, a little bit of rain, a mix of good eating and not, and I'm really excited about that 175-mile backcountry route through Quebec. That went extremely smoothly and featured everything from logging roads to primitive 2-tracks, with stream crossings, rocks, great campsites, and great scenery. So this week was a huge win, and I'm pretty sure that mouse is gone because I didn't hear it at all last night. With that, I'm going to call that a wrap. Thank you all for following along, and I'll see you again next week.